AI Radio 24. This show uses AI-generated voices. Welcome back to AI Radio 24. I'm Leo, and beside me is the ever-enthusiastic Pip.
Hey. Pip is here and Leo. I am buzzing today because we are talking history.
We are indeed. And today's story is about a tiny island that basically said no thank you to one of the most powerful empires on Earth.
Yes, we're talking about Malta, Leo. This little Mediterranean island stood up to the Ottoman Empire during the Great Siege of 1565. The Ottomans sent around 40,000 troops. 40,000.
And the Knights of St. John, the defenders of Malta, numbered only a few hundred knights and maybe a few thousand soldiers total. Think of it like a local football team taking on every professional league at once.
Huh, that's wild. And they held on for months, Leo. Like 4 whole months of constant bombardment and attacks.
The siege lasted from May to September 1565. The Ottomans eventually withdrew, and it sent shockwaves across Europe. It showed that the empire's expansion westward could be stopped.
Little Malta basically saved the day for all of Western Europe. That's the most underrated plot twist in history, if you ask me.
Completely underrated, Pip. And that's today's slice of history, proof that size really doesn't determine outcome. Stay curious, folks.
See you next time on AI Radio 24. Don't touch that dial.
Jingle. Welcome back to AI Radio 24. I'm Leo, and we're keeping it smooth and useful today with some money basics. And joining me as always, the wonderfully curious Mia.
Hey Leo. Okay, so I have to ask right away. People always say make a budget, but like what even is a budget? Is it just a sad list of things you can't buy?
Ha, Mia, I love that. Think of a budget less like a cage and more like a map. It just shows you where your money is going so you actually get to choose the destination.
Ooh, okay, that's way less scary. But where do you even start? Do you need a fancy app or a spreadsheet or what?
Honestly, a piece of paper works fine. The classic starting point is something called the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your take-home pay covers needs, 30 goes to wants, and 20 heads straight to savings or paying off debt.
Wait, 50-30-20. That adds up to 100. Leo, did you just do maths on a radio show?
Guilty as charged, Mia. And here's a fun fact. Research consistently shows that people who write down their spending, even just for 1 week, naturally start making smarter choices. Awareness is powerful.
That's wild. So just watching your money makes you better with it? Like a financial superpower.
Exactly. And hey, quick reminder, nothing we say here is financial advice. Always talk to a qualified professional for your personal situation. But the basics. Anyone can start today.
Love that, Leo. Small steps, big map. I'm already feeling motivated.
That's the spirit, Mia. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. Keep it chill, keep it smart. This is AI Radio 24. Let's read one out.
From Road Tripper, great company on long drives.
Thanks for listening.
Leo, okay, I have to ask. Have you ever seen the ocean just glow? Like, actually light up at night? Because I saw a video and my jaw dropped.
Mia, yes. And it's one of nature's most jaw-dropping tricks. It's called bioluminescence, living things producing their own light. No batteries required.
Wait, living things just make light? How does that even work?
So think of it like a tiny chemical party inside a cell. Certain creatures, like dinoflagellates, which are microscopic plankton, mix 2 chemicals together and boom, cold blue light. No heat, just pure glow.
Cold light? That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. But why, Leo? Why would the ocean want to glow?
Great question. For some creatures it's defense, flash a predator, startle it, escape. For others it's attraction, luring prey or finding a mate in the deep dark ocean.
So it's basically underwater texting. Hey, I'm over here, come get me. That is wildly cool.
Exactly, Mia. And here's a fun fact. Scientists reckon about 3/4 of deep-sea creatures are bioluminescent. It might actually be the most common form of communication on Earth.
Most common? And we're just sitting up here on land completely oblivious. I feel like I owe the ocean an apology.
Ha! We all do. The deep sea is like a city that never turns off its lights. We just rarely get to visit.
Okay, Leo, you've completely changed how I look at the beach forever. Bioluminescence, nature's own neon signs.
That's the one, Mia. Life finds light even in the darkest places. And that, folks, is science doing what it does best, blowing our minds, one glowing wave at a time. AI Radio 24. This show uses AI-generated voices. AI Radio 24. This show uses AI-generated voices.
Theo, quick question: why do cats always land on their feet? Is it magic?
Not magic, Pip, but it's pretty cool physics. Cats have this special ability called the riding reflex.
Riding reflex. That sounds fancy. How does it work?
So when a cat falls, its inner ear senses the rotation really fast, and it twists its spine and adjusts its limbs midair. Happens in milliseconds.
Wait, they're doing Parker while falling. That's insane.
Right, they arch their back, tuck their front legs, and stretch out their back legs. Total acrobat move.
Do all cats do this, Theo? What about kittens?
Kittens don't develop it fully until they're about 7 weeks old. Babies need practice too.
Oh, so even amazing cat reflexes need a little training. That's oddly wholesome.
It really is, Pip. Nature and practice the perfect team.
Jingle.
Okay, Leo, riddle me this. Did Rome actually sit down one day and go, right, let's build a massive empire?
Ha! Not even close, Pip. Rome's rise was less of a grand plan and more like a snowball rolling downhill. One conflict led to another, one border kept pushing outward.
So like when you pop into a shop for one thing and leave with 17 things.
Exactly like that. Rome would fight a neighbor to feel safe, then need to protect that border, so they'd fight the next neighbor, and suddenly, boom, you've got the Mediterranean.
That is wild. And this went on for centuries, right?
Centuries, Pip. From a small city on 7 hills in central Italy, around 500 BC, to controlling territory from Scotland to the Sahara by 100 AD. No single ruler masterminded the whole thing.
Okay, but someone had to be in charge of all those legions marching around?
Generals, consuls, eventually emperors, but they were often reacting to crises rather than following a blueprint. Historians call it defensive imperialism. You defend yourself until you accidentally own everything.
Defensive imperialism. That is the most polite way to describe taking over the world, Leo.
Rome had a gift for rebranding, Pip. The lesson here is that some of history's biggest transformations weren't designed, they just accumulated one step at a time.
Like my collection of novelty mugs. Unstoppable and nobody planned it.
Precisely. Stick around, more history coming your way right here on AI Radio 24. Time for some listener mail.
From Night Owl, I always have you two on while I work.
Thanks so much, keep it casual with us. Hey everyone, welcome back to AI Radio 24. I'm Leo, and as always, money chat is on the menu today. Just a reminder, nothing we say here is financial advice, so always talk to a pro for your personal situation.
And I'm Mia. Leo, okay, I have to ask. Everyone talks about compound interest like it's this magical thing. What even is it?
Great question, Mia. So imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts tiny, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow and gets bigger and bigger on its own. Compound interest works the same way. You earn returns not just on your original money, but on the returns you've already made.
Wait, so your money is literally making money? That's wild. Does it work the other way too, like with debt?
Absolutely, and that's the sneaky part. Credit card debt can snowball just as fast in the wrong direction. The balance grows on itself if you only pay the minimum each month.
Oh wow, So the snowball works against you if you're not careful. Leo, what about savings accounts? Are they actually worth it?
They're a solid starting point, Mia. High-yield savings accounts tend to offer much better rates than standard ones. It's not glamorous, but it keeps your emergency fund safe and quietly growing.
Emergency fund. I keep hearing that term. How much should people leave in heaven one?
A common rule of thumb is 3 to 6 months of living expenses, enough of a cushion that a surprise car repair or job gap doesn't derail everything.
That actually makes total sense. Like a financial seatbelt.
Love that analogy, Mia. Borrow it every time. Alright folks, that's your money moment for today. Compound interest, smart savings, and that seatbelt fund. Stay curious, stay calm, and we'll catch you next time on AI Radio 24. AI Radio 24. This show uses AI-generated voices. AI Radio 24. This show uses AI-generated voices.
Leo. Okay, I have to ask, why do we never float off into space? Like, what is actually holding us down right now?
Great question, Mia. That's gravity doing its job. It's basically the universe's way of saying everything with mass pulls on everything else with mass. You, the chair, the planet, all tugging on each other.
Wait, so I'm pulling on the Earth too? That feels ridiculous.
You absolutely are. Earth just wins that argument because it's enormously more massive. Think of it like a tug-of-war where one side has a billion more people on the rope.
Okay, that actually makes so much sense. But here's what gets me. Gravity travels across space too, right? Like all the way from the sun to us?
Exactly. The sun's gravity reaches out about 93 million miles and keeps Earth locked in its orbit. Without it, we'd just drift off into cold, dark space forever.
That is terrifying and amazing at the same time. Leo, did you know that on the moon you'd weigh about 6 times less than you do here?
True. Because the moon is so much smaller, its gravitational pull is weaker. Astronauts there could bounce around like they had springs on their boots, which honestly looked like a lot of fun.
I want that commute. So gravity basically shapes everything. Planets, orbits, even how we walk.
Every single day, Mia. It's the quiet force behind almost every physical experience you have. Invisible, constant, and frankly pretty spectacular when you stop to think about it.
I will never take my chair for granted again.
That's the spirit. Stay curious, folks. Science is literally all around you, keeping you grounded. Catch you next time on AI Radio 24. Jingle.
Hey Theo. So I was just thinking, why do we get goosebumps? Like, what's even the point?
Great question, Pip. So goosebumps are actually a leftover reflex from our ancient ancestors. When they got cold or scared, tiny muscles at the base of each hair would contract.
Wait, so our hair stands up? That's hilarious. But like, we don't really have much fur anymore. So what does that even do for us now?
Exactly right, Pip. Back in the day, when our ancestors were hairy primates, fluffing up their fur made them look bigger and scarier to predators. Super useful, but yeah, nowadays it's pretty much useless.
Oh man, so we're just walking around with this ancient defense system that doesn't even work anymore. That's so cool and so weird at the same time.
It really is. We get them from cold, fear, even strong emotions like listening to amazing music. Your body's basically running an old program it forgot to delete.
Here's a message from a listener.
From Coffee First, perfect background for studying.
Love getting these. Thank you.
Leo. Okay, so I've been thinking, Vikings crossed the entire Atlantic Ocean, right? No GPS, no maps, no phone signal. How on earth did they do that?
Great question, Pip. And the answer is honestly remarkable. Viking navigators used a combination of the sun, the stars, ocean currents, wind patterns, and, get this, birds.
Birds? Like, they just watched seagulls and went, yep, land that way?
Essentially, yes. They'd release ravens from the ship. If the bird flew off in a direction and didn't return, that's where land was. It's like a feathery compass.
A feathery compass. I love that. But what about cloudy days? No sun, no stars. Did they just park the longboat and have a snack?
Ha! No parking on the high seas, Pip. Researchers believe they may have used a sunstone, a special crystal that can detect polarized light and reveal where the sun is hiding behind clouds.
A crystal. Vikings were basically carrying magic rocks as navigation tools. That is genuinely cool.
It really is. And they memorize the height of the sun at different latitudes, essentially sailing along invisible horizontal lines across the ocean. Incredibly sophisticated for the 9th century.
So they had maths, birds, magic crystals, and guts of steel. Vikings were basically the world's first extreme explorers.
Beautifully put, Pip. They reached North America around 500 years before Columbus, all without a single printed map. Sometimes the boldest journeys happen when you trust the sky above you.
Right, I'm inspired. Someone hand me a raven. I'm going on an adventure.
Maybe start with a rowboat, Pip. Thanks for sailing with us on AI Radio 24, everyone. Stay curious out there.